Hello everyone, Buxton23 here and welcome to my BPL Team of Season predictions. So as you see in front of you, there's my defence and my goalkeeper, and starting off with Czech, I've put him in there simply because he's kept the most clean sheets this season and he's done well for Chelsea, save that the strikers haven't done that well, and he's mainly been the one who's made the game winning saves. I've given him a 90 rating because I think that's fair on his performance this season. Going on to Coleman, I've put him in there simply because once, a bit like Czech, he's helped Everton with so many clean sheets for Tim Howard, and he's also scored some vital goals, and he's basically been quite pivotal in Everton's charge for 4th place this season. I've also given him an 82 rating, which I think is quite fair. Moving on to Skirtle, I've put him in there simply because he's been a rock for Liverpool at the back. I could have put Agger, but I put him over Agger simply because he has scored 7 goals, I believe it is, this season so far, which is most of any BPL defender this season, which is pretty insane. I've also given him an 85 rating. So moving on to Terry, and people might think why Terry, but he's been solid for Chelsea this season, helping out at the back, helping with Czech getting all his clean sheets. And I've given him an 87 rating. I'm mainly giving him a boost in his defending heading because that is basically what he does. So at left back, I put Luke Shaw, which is quite a weird decision because some people are saying, oh, Baines, but I think Luke Shaw has been quite important in the improvement of Southampton this season, especially with the link up with Rodriguez and Lallana, and I've given him an 80 rating there. So that is my defence and my goalkeeper. So moving on to midfield, and we'll start off with Lallana. He has been insane this season for Southampton. He scored quite a lot of goals and got some assists, and he's most likely definitely going on the plane to to Brazil this year. I've given him an 84 rating because that's pretty fair on his performance this season, and I've kept him at cam, although they might move into a wing. So yeah, we'll have to see if that actually does happen. And moving on to centre mids, I've given Gerrard one because he has been insane for Liverpool this season, and he really wants to win the league, and he probably will do it first time ever with Liverpool. And he has probably inspired the Liverpool team to actually do what they are currently doing. I've given him an 88 rating, which I think is really fair on his performance. So now moving on to Torre, I have given him a 91 rating, and he has been insane, scoring loads of goals this season for Man City and making loads of assists. And he's one of those, if he's not in the team, you don't think they're going to win. Like you could see against Sunderland, they didn't look as strong as they are with Torre in the team. So moving on to Hazard, he has been insane for Chelsea this season, loads of links with PSG buying him for loads of money. I've given him a 94 rating because I think he has probably been the second best player this season in the league. And yeah, he scored loads of goals and getting loads of assists. So moving on to the strikers, and it could only be 2 people really. And I've given it Sturridge and Suarez. I was tempted to put Rooney in there because he has been more of a team player than Sturridge. But I've given it Sturridge simply because he scored more goals. I've given him 86 rating and 84 shooting. I think that's pretty fair on how many goals he has scored this season, which I think is about 20 or something like that, 22. So moving on to Suarez, I've given him a 95 rating simply because he's possibly been the best in Europe, and it won't surprise me if Messi or Ronaldo only get a 96 if they're lucky. I've given him 92 shooting and 88 pace, which will be insane for a card like that. I think that card possibly go for 4 million plus on FIFA. And yeah, that is my strike force. So moving on to bench, and first thing you're going to notice here is there's only 6 players. Simply because I couldn't really decide on a 7th because there's like 15 or 20 players who could easily get onto this team, or subs bench. But I've gone with Ramsey simply because he would probably be in the starting 11 had he not been injured and all that, because he was scoring goals for fun at the beginning of the season. He was making everyone look stupid. I've given him 86 rating. I kept him at centre mid. So yeah, moving on to Rooney, and like I said, he could possibly been in the starting 11, but he will most likely be in the most consistent team of this season. I've given him 91 rating and kept him at centre forward, but I could have moved him down to cam because that's where he's basically been playing this season. I hope EA do boost up his defending and heading stats because he really is more of a team player this season and goes back to help the defence quite a lot. So moving on, Bpl, I think his name is pronounced, and I put him at left back. That's where he's been playing, filling in for Ashley Cole this season, keeping him out of the team. This is how good he's been. I've given an 84 rating simply because how good he has been. Like, you have to be pretty good to keep Ashley Cole out of any team, to be quite fair. So yeah. So Koscielny is one which I didn't know who to put in, Koscielny or Mertesacker. I put Koscielny in because EA are most likely to do that because they think, oh, money, money, money. And because he's 84 pacer, which I've given him, he'll go for quite a lot of other defenders, especially because he's French and he'll link up with quite a lot of people. And I've also given him an 87 rating. So moving on to Rodriguez, it's quite sad about Rodriguez because he is injured and he will miss the World Cup, and he probably would have been a bright spark in the World Cup for England, and we're probably going to miss out on what he can do. I've given him an 80 rating and kept him at left mid, but I think he'll go for quite a lot simply because of his pace and his shooting and all that. But that is what I've given him overall. So moving on to Howard, I've given an 86 rating, and he has been awesome for Everton this season, keeping a lot of clean sheets and done quite well at the back to keep Everton in the charge for 4th place, even though they might just miss out now to Arsenal. So yeah, if you like my team of the season, please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.